Thank you for waking up with Happy Ass. We come together, growing mind, body, and spirit, so we can help others grow mind, body, and spirit. Boy, I messed that one up. So I'm just going to talk to you about a few things tonight. And this Happy Ass pop up is brought to you by Chicken Legs, which I have this darling pickle outfit on. It's so darling. I even got a hat. Pickle hat. The pickle hat's not my chicken legs though. But so adorable. Minutes and Miles. They're amazing. This is also brought to you by Kevin Kinnerson with Lindenham Mortgage, Brian Yormack from Bay Tax, and from Hugh Salon, and more. So on these little pop-ups, I don't mention everybody. I mention people to say thank them so much for doing this, but it's just a little quick pop-up. So I just got back from running, and okay. If a runner saw me, they would be embarrassed. They would not want me to call it running. It's more like lumbering, like jolting. I don't know. I mean, I run walk. So I'll run a little while, walk a little while, run a little while, walk a little while. That's what I do. So I was out doing my run walk, and I think I've told you before, I listen to oldies. I listen to oldies while I run. So if you listen to my playlist that I run to, people go, you gotta be kidding me. She runs to that stuff. But it makes me so happy. So happy. And I'm happy ass. And I'm very happy. I'm so grateful. I can't even begin to tell you how grateful I am. So I want to tell you a few little stories today. So today, I came in the presence of someone who, I'm a girl who needed help. And it took me back. It took me back. And I found myself sobbing in my office. I mean, sobbing. I was talking to a friend about it, and I just could not quit sobbing. And I wasn't sobbing because I was sad. I was sobbing because it was like I remembered it. I remembered the time of my life when I had no power, had no water, drove a horrible car, and I never knew where it was going to come from. But there was this thing inside of me. There was this thing inside of me that knew I wouldn't always be that way. I just had this thing. And I've always had tremendous faith because God has brought me through so many things. And little did I know all those things that God was doing in my life, it was allowing to happen in my life, that whatever, it built me. It made me so strong and resilient. And every single thing was part of that stepping stone to be right here. And so it just took me back, and it just broke my heart. But what another part of my sobbing was knowing that if that sweet girl hangs on, if she hangs on and finds that resilience and that strength in her, she will one day, just like me, look back on this. And the cool thing is she'll be able to help somebody. She'll be able to reach in her pocket and help someone who needs help. And she will remember, and she'll probably sob like me and be so grateful, so grateful. And I was thinking about that when I was at the gas pump the other day, and I told you I do this thing called Praise at the Pump. And I'm pumping my gas, and I was going, Lord, I can't believe there was ever a time that I complained about pumping gas, because the fact that I can put gas in a car, and I've got a car to put gas in, all those things. And as I'm running today, I was thinking about how, oh, dear God, thank you for my health. Just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for my health. And y'all, if you listen to me right now, I don't think anybody's listening to me right now because this is a weird time for me to be on, but you can watch it later, because it will be on Apple, iHeart, Spotify, all those places, YouTube, by the magic of Ashley. She will put it all together by the magic of Maranta Copy. They will throw it out there to everybody. So it will be there. But where was I going? Oh, so I'm running tonight, and as I'm running and walking, it feels so good because I've been sick for the last couple of weeks, got COVID again. But I just thought, God, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I can move my body, that I can do these things. And if you're listening to me right now, or you're listening to me later or whenever, please, 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 I implore you, if you are not doing anything to move your body, moving your body, let me tell you some things it does for you, especially weightlifting. Let me tell you what it does for you. It can cut your all-time mortality. It can muscle building muscles can help stave off dementia. I mean, they're calling dementia type 3 diabetes now. So many things happen to you. Y'all, I had a friend when I was going to Woodlawn Methodist, and she went to Duke University because she suffered from horrible depression, and this lady was precious. In fact, I owe that lady a letter. She was one of the people at the church that bought Christmas gifts for my family when we didn't have any Christmas gifts for the kids after Scott left. So that woman, I owe so much to her. So this woman suffered from um, depression. So she went and to Duke University to their Center for Mental Health and stuff like that. And you know what they one of their biggest things, one of their biggest protocols was exercise. Was exercise. Moving your body makes so many things happen in your body. So many things. When I'm out there running today, y'all, I'm just smiling and grinning. In fact, I'm gonna post a video in a little bit of me running when I'm smiling, and it just does something for you. So if you hear me right now, please move your body. You've got one body. God gave you one beautiful, amazing body. Move it, cherish it, take care of it. So I was thinking about all the things I was grateful for. And this is a story that I've never told. And I don't think I know my kids don't know the story. So sorry, you're just hearing it here. Um, when Hugh and I had not been dating I mean, actually, it was right after my mother passed away. Right after my mother passed away, I started having these really, really bad pains in my cheek, down in my jawline, and keep in mind, at that point in my life, I was running, I was doing all kinds of things. My starter husband had just left. I think he'd been gone about a year, maybe. And, my mother was dying in the hospital, and I was dating my sweet, precious husband, Hugh, and I started getting these horrible pains right after she died. And then I would start to have 50 to 100 seizures a day. Life really wasn't livable. I really couldn't. And we went to doctor after doctor after doctor, neurosurgeons, everybody. I had just a grocery bag full of pills. And, I don't take drugs of any kind. So, grocery bag full of pills trying to stop the pain, trying to stop the seizures. And we couldn't do it. And I was so desperate. I was so desperate that, I remember, and this is about God's timing too. It's about timing. So it's all going to tie together. So, I'm happy. There's never been a suicidal bone in my body. I've just always been, I've had times when I was down as a kid, as a teenager, going through, the alcoholic home and things like that. And I never, ever, ever thought of anything like that while I was poor and didn't have money. Excuse me, I was broke, not poor. Poor is in spirit. I was broke. And so I never thought about those things. But when I was in so much pain for so long and it just would not let up and there was no drug that could help me, this is before I was able to have surgery. I had a life saving surgery and it was amazing at Shands Hospital. It was a miracle. But before that, I was sitting on my back patio one day at Palm Avenue in a little blue Adirondack chair. I remember it. And remember, I had a big bag of pills. And I remember thinking, I cannot take this pain anymore. I cannot live by me. This has been going on for months. And actually since January, February, March. I had the surgery on March 26th. And I'm sitting there and I'm just looking at the pills. I'm thinking, if I just take a handful of these pills, it'll be over. It'll be done. It'll be over. Thought about my kids. My husband had already left, and I've got Scotty and Sheldon and Brett. And I remember getting up and going to my mailbox, and there was a card in my mailbox from a lady named Carolyn. I can't remember her last name right now, but I know her son is still alive, so I need to call him and talk to him about this. And I had um, gone back to school with a full time job and with three kids, and I graduated high honors, and I was now teaching school. And I'd gone through a lot, the divorce and all the things. And this lady, she said, dear Karen, I just want to tell you how much I admire you. I watch you struggle. with a smile on your face. Watch you thank God for every little amazing thing. I watch you not complain. I watch you graduate from college. I watch you raise those children by yourself without any money, driving that jalopy. And she just all these wonderful accolades to me. And this is the beautiful thing. And you've heard these stories before, but it's really weird when it happens to you. Love Carolyn. And of course, I put the pills down and I said, I can't. Somebody thinks I'm amazing. They think I'm wonderful. They think I'm tough. They think I'm resilient. I've got to push through this. I've got to push through this. So I put the pills down. But this is what's so amazing. She was still alive at the time. She's dead now. She died of cancer. I called her and I said, Carolyn, you, and I think I might have told her. Maybe I don't know if I did or not, but I did tell her, you don't know how desperate I was when I got your letter. And she said, what letter? What card? And I said, you sent me the most amazing card telling me how proud you were of me, how impressed you were that I'd gone to college and that I graduated with honors and I was raising 3 kids by myself. I had several jobs and had a good attitude. She said, Karen, I sent you that letter over a year ago when you graduated. Over a year ago. And I said, I just got it. I just got it today. Today. I needed it today. Y'all, this is what I want you to hear. There is somebody out there that needs you today, that needs you to like bring a bit of light into their darkness. There is somebody out there that needs you today. And this is what I know. The bickering back and forth on Facebook, the fussing about the economy, the fussing about anything, as long as you have life and breath in you to make a difference in this waiting and wanting world, you never know what that will do to somebody. Y'all, since then, I married my sweet husband. I've had several grandchildren. I built an amazing company that's built on love and kindness and goodness and joy and hope. Notice I didn't say anything about real estate. It's just a tool. It's just a vehicle. I was in my downtown office today and I was watching all these people buzzing around and Crystal was there with her fresh farm eggs and her great little jelly that she'd made and finding who she is and who she was built to be. I see Chris, who is just, oh my gosh, improved light years since he's been at Beachy Beach. He's just become this amazing activist in CPAR and doing all these things. It's just a miracle. I'm seeing Scott and Jennifer care for their family that doesn't have anybody and take care of them. I see Jackie. That might be saying she's in her 70s, and that girl is amazing. I mean, she looks amazing. That girl moves. She moves her body all the time, and she's healthy, she's strong, she's happy, she's joyful. Y'all, I saw Jessica in there. She's got a whole cool new vehicle, so cool. But my point about all this is we all are put here on purpose, with a purpose. I don't believe that purpose is to complain about the world. I don't think that purpose is to ridicule people that are different than us. I don't think that purpose has anything to do with having to be right on the right side of something. It has to do with loving yourself, loving God, and loving others. And this is the cool thing. If we do those things, we won't need any rules. We don't need any dang passwords. Shoot. I wish we could have a life without passwords. So, you know, I'm just thinking that you never ever know what somebody's going through. That was such a dark time in my life. Another dark time was when I went through my divorce. It was awful. So when I meet women today that are getting divorced, and especially from infidelity, oh, it chokes me up. I can't even stand it. I start crying with them. I feel that pain again. But the thing, I hope somebody out there is hearing this. I hope somebody's hearing that if you are in a dark place, if you're in a place right now where you don't think you can make it another day, the pain is too much, the fear is too much, you're living in addiction, or you're living with families of addiction, or you are in a very tumultuous or very, maybe even a violent relationship, there is hope for you. I promise you that. But what I also want to say to all of you that might hear this is, let us be the hope. Let us be the hope that everyone needs. You know, when I'm riding down the road or driving down the road, I know this sounds so silly. I just smile in my car. I just smile because if somebody's passing me and they see me smiling, they're going to smile too. When I'm running down the road, I know I'm a weirdo. When you see me running, I'm smiling. I'm smiling the whole time, the whole time. And sometimes I raise my hand to heaven and say, God, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the ability, well, to run, what I call running, what my runners would not call running. So I don't know if any of that made any sense. I hope that maybe you might could take a morsel or a nugget from there. But I also want you to hear me tell you that so many times that obstacle, those things, that darkness is the very thing that's going to lead you right into the brightest and most beautiful light. And the cool thing about bright light, it becomes brighter when you share it with others. I am so grateful. I have so many people in my life to thank. I told you about this one sweet lady, Joan, that went to church with me. She made sure my family had presents for Christmas. Another lady, gosh, they live out in Bonifay now. They got together and got gifts for my family. Um, I know that the people that own Shuckums, they found money for my power bill. There was times when I literally went to my mailbox and there would be $100 bill in my mailbox. I was always cared for. I was always cared for. There are wonderful people on this precious, beautiful planet that our Heavenly Father has given us. There's just wonderful people. So I'm asking, I'm begging all my happy asses out there to spend from this day forward, spend every part of your life trying to lift up, trying to love up other people, and your life will be brighter and sweeter and more majestic and more holy. You won't even be able to push it down. You can't even push the goodness down. It will flow out of you. Okay. So hopefully some of that made some sense and you'll get to watch this on my happy ass life on my podcast. Thank you to Lucky's Pine Straw, to all the people. If I didn't thank all my sponsors, I'll catch you on the next one because I always do that. I love you with all of my heart. I hope you go to bed tonight with a song in your heart, with a light heart, and with a loving heart. Be sweet, y'all.